Hi everyone, and congratulations for making it all the way to the end of this course. And from here on, we'll actually be looking how we can put all the things that you've learned into place. Now when we begin our day, the first thing we want to look at is the forecast. So it shows us here that the Aussie and the US dollar are expected to be neutral this week. However, let me show you why I'm planning to focus on these two currencies for today's trade. Now if you've been keeping up with the market, you have noticed that Australia had actually cut its cash rate, and this has actually had a negative impact on the currency. So I'll be using that as a basis to be bearish on the Aussie dollar. Now in general, the US dollar has been bullish, and there hasn't been any news this coming week that indicates a change in trend for the dollar, and so I'll continue to be bullish on the dollar. And as a result, I'll be looking to go short on the Aussie dollar pair. Now that we know what pair we intend to trade, the next thing to do is to move over to the chart and find ourselves an entry point. Now the most important signal that you need to have is that the stochastics have actually got to be overbought for you to go short, or oversold in order for you to go long on the pair. So as you can see here, the stochastics are actually coming down from being overbought. So this actually provides us with a very good place to begin shorting the currency. Of course, before you take out the checklist and start calculating the points and things like that, the first thing that you have to decide on is where you think your stop loss and target is going to be. So for this trade, the stop loss you'll be using the closest pivot line, which in this case here is the daily pivot at 0.75578. And as for your target, you'll be basing it on your average daily range, and as you can see over here, it's going to be 133 pips. So therefore, your stop loss all the way to the daily pivot is going to be about 60 pips. Now remember this, because we'll be using it later. Now take out that checklist and start filling it in. Now we've already done our fundamental analysis earlier, so right here I want you to fill in the pair and the direction that we will be aiming for. And now the next thing you're going to have to check is there any red flag data for the next 24 hours. Now I saw earlier on the calendar, so I know the answer here is no. However, the 24 hours following that, there's going to be news, so we'll circle yes. Now we know we are going to be risking 60 pips for about 133 pips. So our risk-reward ratio here is about 1:2, which is definitely more than 1:1. Therefore, circle yes. Now, as long as your risk-reward ratio is a yes and there's no red flag data in the next 24 hours, you are set to go. So the next thing you have to do is determine the strength of the trade with your technical analysis. Now firstly, is it bouncing off any major support resistance levels? Now you should have plotted this on the 4-hour chart, and I've actually already had mine plotted. But as you can see, when I was entering the trade, there are no lines actually around here, so I know that it's a no. Is it bouncing off a 0-0 level? Now you can see over here, so make sure you circle the number 2. Now we also can see that the pair isn't bouncing off a pivot point or a Fibonacci, but it's actually coming down from being overbought. So you can also see here that the stochastics are slowly losing momentum, as you can see that it's forming a lower peak as compared to the previous overbought peak at nearly the same levels on the price chart. So unfortunately, at the same time, there are no dojis here. So let's head on and let's just sum up the points. So in total, we have ourselves a total of 4 points. So based on the table, we'll be risking 1% of our account on this trade. Now head over to the lot size calculator, input the details, and you should get about 16 micro lots, which is the equivalent of 0.16 lots. Now that's for a basic account of about $10,000. Now head back over to MetaTrader, click on the new order and input the details now. Okay, so for your volume, we'll be using the 0.16 lots that we calculated earlier. And we know that our stop loss is at the daily pivot at 0.75578. And our target will be the minor S2, which is very close to the 133 pips that we got from the ADR. So we'll be using that as our target. Now once you're done filling in, click the sell by market, and it's now time to actually wait for this trade to realize itself. So I'll see you guys once the trade has concluded, or if I've actually decided to close the trade along the way due to changing market conditions. So I'll see you guys in a moment. Okay guys, I'm back and it's been great news. Now it's only been about 2 days, but I'm glad the trade actually turned out well and we've actually made some good profit from it. Now I have here our target of 0.3522, which you can actually see the price has actually hit our target a while back, and we've already banked in some really good peeps, as you can see over here at the bottom. Now this was some good returns as we were going for a 1:2 ratio, so you can see we've made slightly more than 2% of our returns over our account in just one trade. Now if you look out for trades throughout the week, you should be able to take about 3 to 4 trades. So good luck finding your own trades, and I hope this video has actually been useful for you. Now if you guys like this, do let me know and I'll probably try to make more videos like this as and when I can. So guys, until next time, may the peeps be with you.